you lovely, lovely people. Just, with the overseas Filipino workers in the Middle East right now, with all of these, this conflict going on, I know many of them are in safe places away from the bases that are being targeted, but can you imagine how scared they must be? Because bearing in mind, the Filipinos are very, very peaceful people generally, and to be in a war zone, what's happening now, and they must be able to hear it, the explosions going on, because they can't all be so far away from these bases and consulates that's being bombed. And I don't know how many have been injured or killed up to date as of now, but I know a couple of days ago there was an overseas Filipino worker that was killed in Israel, and I think Bongbong Marcos is trying to get the remains back to the Philippines. And as of yet, from what I've been reading, there is no plans for a mass repatriation yet, because, as Marcos has said, they haven't got the planes and the airports might be targeted. So at this particular moment in time, he's just said, that the President of the Philippines, to the overseas Filipino workers, stay safe and be vigilant. Well, how can you? They must be petrified. I would be. If I was in a, like a war zone, which it is right now, and it's getting worse. It's escalating. I believe it's escalating, from what I've been reading. They must be so scared, and up to date, I think a total of 1,500 Filipino workers are begging the government of the Philippines to get them out of there and to get them home. And that's just what's being reported on there. It's probably thousands and thousands more, because there are so many overseas Filipino workers working in the Middle East. There are so many. But I think what's going to happen, I think the concern of Marcos is, if there was a mass repatriation program with the Philippines, he's thinking that the Iranians might see that as, it could be misidentified as mass movement. It could be, they might think it's a mass movement, or the Iranians might think that, or misinterpret that as a mass movement of troops, so they could target these airports. So right now, these poor Filipino workers are just there, and there are a couple of Filipino workers here where I live who have been in touch with their family here, and they are petrified. And can you blame them? I can't think of a worse situation. You leave your country to work in a foreign country to earn money to send back for your family, mainly for the kids really, and you're caught in a damn war zone. I think in the near future, if things continue as they are, then there will have to be a repatriation exodus of these, of the workers that are stuck right now. But as of now, the Philippine government have said, stay where you are, no choice, and to stay safe, stay indoors, and to stay away from areas of danger. Well, we don't really know if that is a possible thing, because we don't know what their employers are going to be. Their employers might be saying, work as usual, go to the shops, do some shopping. We don't know. So it's all right people saying, stay safe, stay indoors. It's all right saying that. But what is really going on over there on the ground? We only see bits on Facebook, bits on YouTube, and bits on the media news, but we don't truly know the extent of these poor Filipino workers. But let's fingers crossed that this they can come to the negotiating table and stop this bombing and everything like that, but we don't know. But apparently, right, there is around 2.2 million Filipinos reside in the Middle East for work. 2.2 million! Around 2.2 million Filipinos reside in the Middle East for work. That's a heck of a lot, isn't it? That is a heck of a lot. And trying to get that many back would be, especially with maybe the amenities, the planes that they have here. I don't know. Maybe they haven't got that many planes to get these many Filipinos back in a hurry. I don't know. But it's just worrying, isn't it? I mean, we take it for granted. We just take life for granted here and in our countries. But let's be honest, people, many of these Filipinos who go and work in these foreign countries, they don't particularly want to do it. Who would want to leave their families, their kids, and work in the Middle East? And I've heard some horror stories of some of these Filipino workers have been mistreated, bad conditions by their employers. So not only have they got that to deal with, they've got this to deal with now as well. These airstrikes and everything else that's going on. So just a thought. It's just to give a thought to these poor people out there, and not just the Filipino workers, but I mean all of these innocent people that are also getting bombed and killed as we speak. It's just a thought. That's all it is. I just thought I'd do, because I haven't seen any videos about it, and it's just a reminder. And I'm sure many of you foreigners who live here, your family who you are with, they probably got family members who are also in the Middle East. So you will get what I'm talking about if they are talking to their families about how scared they are being over there right now. And it's a terrible, terrible thing. And I hope that the government here, or the allies, can get them back to repatriate them here, or even better, they can come to the negotiating table and stop the bombing. Come to some kind of ceasefire or whatever they have to do. But it's just a very, very quick video on that, people. And like I said, we take things for granted, don't we? Because we have got things easy when we come from the West. A lot of you have got your pensions, a lot of you have got, investments in stocks and shares, where we don't have to worry about going to another country to work, and for a small salary too. They only get 25 or 30,000 pesos a month to leave their families and their children. And the worst part about some of this is when they are there working and they do send their money back to their families, because mainly the husbands stay here and take care of the kids, that money is squandered away. It could be gambled away, it could be drank away, and they are over there sacrificing the time with their children because they want to give their children a better life. Now, some do come back here and build houses, brilliant, but some come back after 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 years working in a foreign country with nothing, because the money that they've sent back has been totally squandered away. That's the terrible thing. There's a guy here, and he just lives 3 doors down from me, and he's a good husband. He's got a couple of kids. His wife works in Hong Kong, so she's not in the Middle East, and she sends money back every month, and they built a house, and he takes care of the kids, and he's a good husband, and he's a good father. But there are a lot that aren't, unfortunately. We all know what people are like, some people are a bit susceptible to a few beers, and they get their money sent back, and beers in, wits out, and then they start gambling, and the money's gone. Anyway, very, very quick video, people, and I've got to go. And just a quick thought for them, for those overseas Filipino workers that are in that situation right now. People, over and out. Take good care wherever you are. Bye bye.